case which is related to your Fresh Mart, which is a retail store chain in Chennai. In this particular case, now we are going to find out the number of footfalls which is happening in a week for that particular retail store chain, and the manager wants to measure or count the footfalls for that retail store chain. And now we are going to discuss on how to do that. Fresh Mart Retail is a supermarket chain that operates across multiple cities. Every store records its daily transactions. We all record the transactions, whether it might be in college or schools or even in your day-to-day life or in your business. We record the transactions or whatever the data that we want to record with the help of your Excel. That's it all. So similarly, every store records its daily transactions in Excel for easy analysis. So here, the company sales manager reviews the data weekly to check the transaction volumes. And the problem here is that the manager wants to quickly identify how many transactions are recorded in a given week to measure customer footfall, regardless of the product type or sales volume. Here, the manager doesn't want to measure the sales volume or the type of products that is being sold maximum. He just wants to measure the footfall that have happened in the retail store for that particular week. So what will be the function that will be used in this particular case? Do you have any idea? What is the function that we will use here? Count function. Does not? Count function. Whether you will be using your counting for count. Why not counting? Why not will not be using counting? Because here it is not required to measure or count on basis of some conditions. You just want to count the footfall. That's it. Number of customers who visited the store. You are not going to measure on basis of certain conditions. So you will be using your count function and not any other functions. And this is the data of the transaction that happened in the particular retail chain of your Chennai for the given week. Okay. Next. So the question that you want to solve is that as a sales manager of your Fresh Mart, how you would use the count function in Excel to find the total number of transactions recorded for that particular week. Okay.
First, we will understand the given problem. Fresh Mart Retail wants to know the total number of sales transactions recorded during week 1 in the Chennai branch. Each transaction has a unique transaction ID and the manager needs a quick count.
First, we want to identify the data. And this is the data for the particular week.
Choosing the function. To count the total number of transactions, we use the count function in Excel. Count counts numeric values only. Since transaction IDs or text, we should either use the count functions on sales amount or quantity sold. Both are numeric value and available for every transactions. Or use count if we want to count text values like transaction IDs.
In this case, we are discussing about the sales. In this case, we are using the count function and we are going to apply the formula for this case. If we use sales amount column, the formula will be equal to count and the sale amount column, and then we are using a transaction ID column. For this, the formula will be equal to count the transaction ID column. By using this, we can identify the sales records.
Record in week 1, as does the formula as that. Use a sales count and transaction ID or count function. Return as a result as 7 transactions recorded in a week 1.
For the manager, the sales manager can confirm that 7 customers made purchase during the week. This count helps to tracking customer footfall and comparing weekly sales volumes across different branches.
So what is it we have seen today? What is the case we have seen? Here the manager wants to measure the transactions that have happened in the retail store for that particular week. What is the formula which is being applied? Count function. We have used the count function. By using the count function in either of the case, that is in case of your service transaction taken place in the particular week, or as the transactions IDs recorded in that particular week, you will know the number of transactions or number number of footfalls that have happened in the particular week. Clear? This is the case. Okay, thank you.